Hello friends, how are you? And I have come with a new tutorial and we will learn about the core data, how we are saving our data, our user data like this, save for example AGHAZ Agas 101 and AGHAZ 101 at gmail.com and phone number 1234567890 and password 1234. This is save and I have couple of data in this table view agas 101 and agas 101 at gmail.com. I fetch this data from core data, right? So we will learn this how we have saved this data in core data and how we fetch from the core data, right? Okay, let's start with the new tutorial. We're creating a project, a new project, single view application type of project, nest core data demo, right? I have put this name core data and this will check out. This will check, node be the uncheck, right? This will check, node we uncheck. Okay, we have seen this and should be nest and save on this desktop and create this project. Okay, right? And deployment target should be 11.0, whatever you want, right? And we create now first navigation controller. We put drag and drop in the navigation controller in these sections and remove the root view controller because we just root this first view controller. I just control and this should be the root view controller. I have changes the navigation bar tint color should be this. Okay, now this background and title color should be white and title color should be white and bar tint color should be white, right? This is save user data. I have a title save user data. This is the view controller name and I just mention this class the view controller type, right? And we should have some text field where we want to save our data using the text field and filling our user information. So first user text field is this should be the name and we can follow the constants 30 pixel left and 30 pixel right and 50 pixels top and should be 40, right? And this should be the command D, that duplicate, and that would be duplicate command D, that command D duplicate. We need 4 text field, so I have couple of text field for saving our data. So save the constants from top should be 20, it will be 30, it will be 30 and height will be same with that, and this should be also 20. Remove the constants to margins, they should be 20 and it should be 30 and this is also 30 and height always the fix and this is also this should be 20, and this is 30, and this is also 30, right? Now we have another buttons where I can save and apply the actions type that buttons. That's why we need to save data. From the top should be 50 and 50, and there should be left 50, and height would be 40. Okay, now this button name will be save, and color should be white, and background color mentions with this save. Okay, now this background color would be mentioned this. Okay, right, we come back this text fill, and we create the IB outlet for the text fill, every text fill, and we just need to placeholder. This should be the name placeholder, and now and create an IB outlet for the text field of name text field, right? Name text field, and email text field, right? And third one is phone text field, phone text field, and fifth one is password text field. Text field. Now we need to do this placeholder is email for user identification, what we want to put here. Okay, this is the phone, and this would be password, right? And password should be password should be secure. Where the secure text, this is the secure text, right? And we need save button actions, control and command. This should be the actions, this should be actions, button save data tabs, right? Okay, right. This is the controller. Now the actions. Done with this, remove this. We need to import the code data. Import code data, right? And now this should be the, we need to create the sorry, this is the big controller. We need to create the app delegates and contacts, right? There should be the contacts and entity. So how we implement it, I just copy it, first need to app delegate. First need to create an object for the app delegate, because we need to persistence container. We need to this function persistent container. We that's why we create the app delegate of variables. For example, where is the persistent container? You should core data. This is the persistence container, right? The core data stack. This is app_delegate.swift. This functions in the app_delegate.swift. That's why we create this variable, right, for getting this. Now the persistent container, that should be the vContext. vContext, it means that object with the ns manager object context type. That's why we just initialize with this. Now choose the entity. For example, we need to create the entity, so go with the core demo text. This is the entity, so we need to add the entity name. First letter should be capital users. That should be the users, right? And add the attributes for this entity. So this is the first one. That should be the name, users, attributes, name. First entity name is users and attributes name is name. And that type should, that's what type you want to put this data type. That should be the name is string type. Second one would be email. This is also a string type. We fix the string type. Third one is phone. This is also a string type. We choose a string type. You can whatever you want. You can put this whatever you want. Okay, and password. Password. This is also the string type. Right? I have changes. Now go with the view controller. I have come with the view controller. This is the users. Just entity descriptions. Descriptions means what the entity description entity. For entity name is users. I have put the name of the core data entity. This is the users, right? And now this is the entity. Insert into the context. Insert into context. It means the persistent container type of the data. So new user ns manage object entity and entity insert into the context. I've now set the value for that attributes according to the key. So we just need to name text field, name name text field. What's the name? This is the name, right? Name text field, name dot name text field. This is the name text field dot text text, right? Second one is the email. Copy this email, IB outlet, go with this dot text field. Third one is phone number, go with the phone numbers dot text field. And password, go with the password. I put in this password, right? So check your key name should be the same whatever you identify in this attributes, right? Name, email, password and phone, everything is okay, then go with this. Now if everything is okay, then conditions do try to context whatever we set the value in the context. That's why we have save methods. So apply with the save functions for changing the, for store the data in the core data, right? Now where we want to put what we have saved in the core data, so we need to another class for displaying the objects whatever we want to save in the core data, then uses data view controller type of controller class, then go with the main storyboard and drag and drop the new view controller in this new view controller. This is the new view controller. Okay, this is the new view controller, and this should be user data view controller, and storyboard ID should be the user data view controller. Now we need to have table view because we have multiple user data, so we are displaying everyone's into the table, so that we need to the tables. So fix the constant in this tables 0 should be 0, and there should be also 0, this should be also 0, right? And fix it. Now this table should be the prototype 1. Prototype 1, we need to three data, it's name, email and phone numbers. So apply with this 15 100, around 100 100. Now there should be the label. First one is name, 15 pixel right, and 15 pixel right, and 10 pixel top, and height should be same for 21. And command D is duplicate with that labels. Now top should be 5 5 15 15 15, this right 21. See, and third one is 5 15, that should be the 15 and 21. 21 because we apply the 21 second times, that's why. Now we need to the cell type of table view, cell type of class. So we need to make a create of cell type of class. So I want to create in this view controller, user data view controller. So user data cell, table view cell, TV cell. Okay, this should be the user UI table view cell, right? So we need to be outlet this cell, and this first one is that table cell should be this type of class. What type? User data table view cell, and now need to identify table view cell, right? Now we need to create the IB outlet. The label of name, label name, label email, and label password, sorry, phone, right? We have created this, and now we just need to create the table. table name user table, right? This should be the user table. I've fixed it user table with the user table. Now when I save the data, when will we save the data, user data view controller type of class fetch using this, right? User data type. I have saved and push the navigations in the new view controller, this view controller, right? No need to this type of functions in this view controller, so I have removed this view controller. Now remove, and I need to another functions for fetching the data in the user data view controller. This is the user data view controller. How are we requesting field? I've already okay, we need to paste this type of functions. We need to implement the new functions where I will fetch from the in the view did load. From the view did load, we fetch these functions from the view did load. User data request user data type of functions. Now we need to second times create a variable type of app delegate and context the persistence, and need to fetch these functions the persistent from the app delegate class. So need to request, for example, and we need to import first core data, right? Show the core data, and now request ns fetch request. Ns fetch request where where our data is put in core data according to the table names. So we fetch every each and every data from these tables. So we need to ns fetch request method apply according to the user table name, right? Then request is a variable for creating any ns fetch request and return object as false equal to false. If we are getting any false data, that should be the false, right? Now result, if getting any result, and try the context, and fetch is the functions for requesting this users tables data, right? And print the result data. And if the data, and we put a we just create a mutable array users, sorry, variable and user array, right? The type should be the ns mutable array, should be ns mutable array type, because we need to user array add this data, add this every each and every data in this array, and table name is user table. What the table name? But user table, right? The user table. So we need to fix with the table user table delegate and user table data source, user table reload, because we need to delegate for the table view controller. So we need to apply here for the table view controller UI table view data source and delegate methods. UI table view delegate methods, right? We need to apply. So the delegate method of the table view, delegate methods, table view, height for route index path, height for route index path return 90. Okay, now data source methods. Data source method, number of row in sections, number of section in table view. Number always should be the section of table view should be 1. Written 1. Second one is number of row in sections. Then written should be written user array dot count. Okay. Now cell follow it index path let cell equal to table name is user table dot dq. Reuse with identifier. What would be the string name? This should be the index path. Index path is this. Index path as user at user, that should be kept, I think, user data table with cells, right? And name would be the same, the strings, and let cell dot label name dot text and equal to what was the user array should be index path dot row as any object type, and dot value for key is name value for key, and first one has implemented for the name, second will be same as the name, key should be the different. This is the email and this is the phone number and this is the label email and this is label phone number, right? And return should be the cell, return should be cell. So we have done everything. What is the error? Okay, adjusting. Adjusting the functions have done now. Okay, now we have implemented a command. So we have now name, email ID, phone and password. Okay, right? The name is test1 keyboard toggle, test1 email, test at gmail. com, right? Phone number 123456 right? And password 1234, right? And save this. And test one, email ID this, phone number this. Now save another functions, another table 2 3 and 2 3. Now save. This should be the test 12223 gmail.com. Thanks all. Now we have finished our tutorials. So friends, like and post my tutorials, and first of all subscribe my channels Easy to Swift. Thanks to all of you. If there is any query, you can comment my channels. This is my channels. You can comment below of the tutorials whatever you have query. Thanks to all. Thanks again. Bye.